Good. Okay. So today we're going to kind of start a little different than what I usually do. We're going to start with a nice, easy forward bend. So when you do your forward bend, I want you to kind of stick your butt out, let your hands rest on your knees, kind of like that cat-cow. And we'll kind of lift our tailbone, and we'll kind of do some different things from here. And we might try and reach forward and coming up. We're just going to kind of warm up the back body nice and easy, okay? So start with a cat-cow, hands on your knees. And then lift your tailbone, and then tuck your tailbone. Back will round as you tuck, the abdomen draws up, the ribs draw up, head drops. Start with your tailbone, lift your tailbone first, abdomen drops, ribs drop, chest drops, head looks forward. Tuck first, tuck the tail, and like a wave, rolling from the top to the bottom. So do a couple at your own pace. Don't worry about your breath if that seems difficult. Just kind of follow along. One more. Nice and easy. Come to a stand. Good. Hands on your hips. Okay, hands on your hips. Find the top of your hips. Stand really tall. Bend your knees a little bit. And come forward. Keep your head looking in front of you. And then come all the way up to a stand. Good. Forward bend. This is actually, in weightlifting, this is called a good morning. And the guys would put two 45-pound dumbbells on a bar and start their day with a good morning. So good morning. Good. Do one more like that. Okay, and now here is where you make the decision for yourself. You can keep your hands on your hips, and you can bring your arms to the side like an airplane. Or if you want the challenge, you can bring your arms forward. Whichever works for you, but you can't let your back round. So maybe you don't bend so far. Think about drawing your front sternum towards the ground rather than your head. So the front part of your chest. Do 5, reach. Yeah, everybody pick what's right for you and go easy. Good, and then come all the way up and rest for a minute. After you've done your 5, stand so I know you're done. All right, good. And then pop a heel. And now as you lift that heel up, make sure you got equal weight so the hip isn't all hiked up. Have those hips nice and level. Hopefully you can see that. And then do the same thing, but just reach for the ground. And see how my eyes are looking kind of in front of me? I'm not looking in straight in front of me, but I'm looking, I don't know, about 5 or 6 feet in front of me as I slide my hands down 5 times on the right. Keep the tailbone up and happy, that happy dog tail. Abdomen's drawn in. Nice little hamstring wake up. Hello, this is good for all my knee people. Good, and then shift legs. Pop up that opposite heel. Slide down. Again, keeping that nice back. Don't let your back round. And so if this is as far as you go, that's it. Go as far as you can, lifting the tailbone. Good, and then stand on your 5th. Good, and we'll keep going with that same progression, but now you're gonna squat a little bit. Squat down, you know these, touch the ground. Reach up, stretch up, pop up onto the toes. Down and up for 5. This one's gonna get a little harder later on, so we're just warming up the feet a little bit. And one more for 5. Wonderful. Little willow, little willow. Ooh, my ribs are a little sore from what I did yesterday. All right, and now this one's a little bit different. I haven't done this one in a while. Backstroke. So one arm at a time. One arm at a time, like you're doing the backstroke. Good, no clunking, no grinding. Now as you do it, turn your ribs a little bit. Let your ribs go with the arm. And now as you reach back, think about stretching up and then back, nice and slow. Up, reach way back. There you go. Up, way back. Up, way back. One more each arm. Good. Shoulder circles. Up and back. Hopefully this sweater will come off soon, but it is chilly this morning. Good, front stroke. Hey, we're swimmers today for my aquatic center people. Yay! I'm glad to hear that. That always makes everybody feel so much better. Let that sunshine come out. And you know, we've had sun, so I'm not complaining, but it's just been chilly. I'm not complaining. I am not. Good, and then go ahead and relax. All right, righties. I knew I was missing one. I couldn't remember which one it was. So you're pushing the air. Lock your elbows. Arms are straight out in front of you. Lock your elbows tight. Fingertips up towards the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide. Push the heel of the hand away from you, okay? Draw your ribs backwards so you round out. You'll feel how your shoulder blades move forward along the ribs. Now, if you can keep your elbows straight, do the best you can. Now, pinch your shoulder blades together, but don't bend the elbows. And then reach forward. This is a hard one, so don't worry if you don't get it. Push the heel away. Let the head drop. And then draw the shoulder blades back and down. Back and down. Forward. Go slow, don't go fast. And then pinch and hold. Now pull the shoulders down the back and then reach. These are our serratus, anterior and posterior. And it's a very important muscle. Good, go ahead and relax. Hopefully you kind of felt that in the back of the shoulder girdle, being able to pull your shoulder blades together at the bottom. Yeah, that feels kind of good, doesn't it? Okay. So horizontal reaching, oh yes, here we go. So this is good old Jane Fonda stuff. Separate your feet just a little bit. And you're gonna weight shift right to left. And you're gonna reach. You guys know this. Remember this one? This is old school, but it's still effective. And as you reach, really stretch the fingertips away. I like to open my hands, make my hands big. Helps with good old arthritis who's trying to creep in. This is my 8th one. I got 2 more. Then we're gonna go over the top. But when you go over the top, I don't want you to go way over here. I want you to kind of just stretch diagonally. Stretch diagonally. And see how the bottom leg is stretching away too? Lengthen the bottom leg. Good. Reach, length, length. One more. Good. And then now just a static side bend. So drop that right arm, drop the right ear towards the shoulder. Left arm stretches up and away. Let the head go a little more. Be kind to yourself. The top arm, the shoulder likes to come towards the ear, so pull it down. And then side bend, reaching for the floor, gently. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, turn and look at the up arm. One more inhale. Really feel that stretch to the side ribs, nothing in the back. And then release. Go the other way. So you're going to stretch that left arm down. You feel how that shoulder depresses and really goes low. And then bring that other arm up, stretch up, reach up, drop the ear, stretch and reach, go over a little bit, stretch and reach, and then go to that full side tip, whatever you can do. Inhale here, all the air goes into this open rib. Can you send it to the bottom one? And then turn and look at that top arm. And then slowly release. Good. All right, so now we're gonna do one more round of good mornings, nice and easy, okay? So this time, you're gonna go down, reach as far as you can towards the floor. Don't worry if you can't touch. Knees are still a little bit bent, okay? I'm not straight-legged. Lift your head, arms come towards the ears, and come all the way up and look back. Now, if you get vertigo or dizziness, pick something to look at instead, okay? So as I go down, I look forward a little bit, bring my arms up, keep looking forward comfortably, keep your eye kind of close to that spot, and you just reach your arms back. You don't have to look back. But if you can look back, look back. And then fold down, little back extension here, reach the arms, raise the head, tuck the tail, actually not, and then look back. One more time like that. I want to see what it looks like. Go ahead. Reach the arms forward, lift your tail. Yes. Good. Okay, hopefully you're kind of feeling that through here, but not enough to make you hurt. Okay, give me a little hula. Everybody likes a little hula. We're gonna move down the line. Go both ways. All right. So y'all remember cowboys? Well, I'm starting to sound like a Southern girl, y'all. Y'all remember cowboys? So the knee comes up and out to the side and then forward. Knee up, out to the side, and then swing it forward. Okay, I want you to alternate right and left. Out to the side and then forward. Okay, now you got to go backwards, and backwards you lift your knee up in front of you and bring it sideways. And now if you go, yes. Okay, so grab your chair and put it on your, we're gonna go backwards now. So grab your chair and hold the chair. So when you're putting full weight, what I would suggest, Kay, is rather than putting all your weight on that leg, is keep the toe touching. And all you need to do, remember clams? It's the same motion. Okay, but using the chair helps you support. And then the other thing, and this goes for all of us, is draw that hip in. Don't let it pop out, because as soon as it pops out, it's rubbing on that bursa. Hip bursitis, hello, raise your hand, people. Okay, yes, draw the hip in. Okay, so that helps the muscle not rub so much as you're making that movement. All right, so I think now we got to go backwards. And it's okay if you're losing your balance, make sure you have that chair. I should have grabbed that, you know, it was 10 feet away from me. I'm like, I don't need that, but you guys do. So to go backwards, let's see if this is better. Okay, you're doing a clam. Okay, everybody else, knee up and around behind you. So I'm bringing it sideways and then back down and then forward and back. And again, you can keep your foot an inch off the ground. It does not have to be really high. So do what's comfortable for you. We're gonna do 5 on each side. So pick your poison. And hopefully that helps, Kay. And that was exactly what I want you to do, is ask me. And for my recording, folks, this is a live class with Zoom. And as you guys all well know me, I get my numbers screwed up every once in a while. Okay, this gets a little harder. So bring your chair so that you are able to use it for support, but I'll go to your right, not mine. But using it for support, but not so much that interferes with your movement. So we're gonna think of that cowboy. Now, this is a pelvic floor activity because to have a strong pelvic floor, it has to have stability. And stability is doing these standing activities. So what I want you to think about is as you're struggling, think about, this is one teacher, I liked his attitude, is lifting an egg. Think about lifting an egg up. And you'll feel as you pretend you're lifting that egg up, it helps draw the abdomen in and up. And this goes for both uteruses and prostates. It still works the same. So bring one knee forward, the foot is flexed. Knee is bent, 90 degrees-ish. And then bring it out to the side as much as you can. You can stay low, you can stay in that clam too. And then you're gonna bring it around and do a tiny little curtsy. And then lift the leg up if you can, or keep the toe touching as you bring it around to the front. Okay, we'll repeat that again, out to the side and around. Curtsy, tiny little dip. Come on up. It's okay if you're using the chair for balance. That's fine. I am. Around and dip. And now see if you can make it really big. Can you make it really big? How big can you make that? Yeah, legs getting tired. I think we have one more, because I want to do 5 on a side. But they're hard, so I don't want to do more than 5. Good. And then just take a minute and stand. And feel the difference, right? I always feel so lopsided. And then move your chair to the other side so you have enough room. You guys got it. You're professionals. I love it. Good. So now shift your weight onto that right leg. Draw that right hip in. Grow tall. And again, toe can stay on the ground or lift the foot. I like to flex my toe when I lift my foot. And that little curtsy. Pain-free range. Hip internal, external rotation, flexion and extension, horizontal ABA deduction. All of the movements that our hip has to make. And it's hard. So we're doing 5. So do the best you can. And it's controlled. So thus the pelvic floor has to stabilize. And if you're wobbly, it's either your feet or your hips. And I think that was 5. So go ahead and take a break. Give your hips a little shaky. Good, because we're going to repeat that one again. 2 rounds. I try not to be too mean, right? But you never know. Okay, here we go. So move your chair back. We got to start with first side. Good. Draw that. As you press the left foot into the ground, push down with the foot and the heel. You'll feel how that hip, as you push down, the hip drives horizontally, right? And that's what we're looking for. That's that hip stability. Now take an inhale, relax, and as you exhale, lift that egg. See if you can feel it working through here. Okay, inhale, exhale, lift that egg. Can't talk either. Okay, now try to make, if you can remember that, try, but if you can't, that's okay. Just breathe, normal, and we'll start again. So up, foot's flexed, out, back, curtsy. Lift it up, bring it around, knee bends. Good, there's 1. And around, and down. 2. These were hard. I was amazed at how hard this was to do. And there's not much to it, but it's a lot of control. Abdomen has to work, pelvis has to work, shoulders are working, hips are working, of course. There's 5. Yeah, good. Other side, everybody's like, okay, you guys, this is the last one, so yay. We'll move on from here. Just keep that in your heart. All right, here we go. So wherever you are, toe down. Hopefully that's helping you, Kay. Give me a thumbs up if that toe down on the ground is helping. Just give me a thumbs up if that's working. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, no? Okay. Not so good? All right. So just... okay. So try... All right. Let us finish... We'll finish this. We'll move on, so we'll be good. You can sit in your chair and draw your knees in and out, though. You can sit down. And if you guys... Now I completely lost count. So if you've got your 5 right, you're done. So but maybe that would be helpful. Let's all give that a try. You know, let's see. Have a seat in your chair. So sit real tall. And now can you lift your right knee just a little bit? And then bring it to the side. Oh, that's a different muscle, isn't it? And then bring it back. Do that 5 times. I like that. Lift, see? Try that. That should be better. And think of your hip as a gate. The gate opens. The gate closes. I kind of like this one. I have to add this to my repertoire. Good. How about the other side? And then which side is tighter? For me, it's this side. Which I think is funny. I don't know. Do you guys, are you feeling that? Because I am. If you're feeling it, give me a thumbs up. I got 2 thumbs up. Wonderful. Okay, where are we? Okay. This one you'll like. A little bit of balance. Come back to the stand. Sorry, I try not to go up and down too much, but that warranted it. Make sure you're near something solid. Have your chair. Okay. And put all your weight onto your onto your left leg. Harden that left hip. Bring the right knee up and grab it. Okay? Yeah. Now bring it up a little more. And it's okay, like I'm more mobile, right? So some of you guys might be down here and that's fine, but stand tall. Good. Now allow your sit bone on that right leg to go towards the floor. And see if that can't give you a little bit more room. We're just going to hold this just for a sec. And now from here, can you let go? There's your balance. You're going to be a little wobbly. Use your chair. Don't fight it. Good. Can you get the knee a little more? And then release. Pause for just a sec. Just to get in the pelvis moving a little differently. Okay. And this will probably feel good. Okay, you can also do this sitting down if you can't stand on that right leg. Okay, so do it sitting down. Sit in your chair. You can do the exact same thing. All right? So you can't stand, so bring that left knee up. Yes. Okay. So here we go. Left knee up. Grab it with your hand. You can even hold on the back if that's more comfortable. I didn't think about that. Sorry. Draw that right hip in. And then bring the knee up. And then I like to think about drawing my left tailbone towards the floor. And you'll notice as you do that, you can get your knee a little bit higher, even if it's a little bit grumpy. And then last but not least, can you let go? And that's a little harder, isn't it? Yeah! Whoa, there I go. Good. And over I went. Nice job. That was pretty good. So these are right. So this is what I do when I'm when I'm bored, yesterday I needed to work out a little bit, and so I come down here and I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? And so I start doing stuff and writing it down. So it's a double workout. All right, you guys know this one. This is easy standing. Stretch the right leg out, paying attention to time here, and reach the opposite arm. Okay, kind of like that starfish, right? And so, okay, as we go to the right leg weight bearing, we'll change it up for you, okay? So hand to knee. You guys know this, hand to knee, hand to knee. And then as you go, can you try and reach your elbow to your knee? Some of you maybe, some of you maybe not. I think more, I'm kind of go mid forearm, I think, for me. 2 more. Good, and we got 2 sides, other side. Stretch and reach. Stretch the leg away, stretch the arm away, so they're kind of going opposite of each other. Good, I like that big reach first. Solid foundation, okay. Here. So you can do it seated, or you can do it standing. And how does this side compare to the other? Right? Can you rotate more? Can you stretch more? And I've lost count, but I think that's my 10. Good. All right, so let's try it in the chair, just because I think that's fair. Let's see if you work a little bit harder in the chair, because you might, okay? So everybody's gonna extend a little bit differently, all right? So put your foot in front where it's comfortable, but enough so that you can get it as straight as you can. Good, and you're kind of sitting on one sit bone more, and that's okay. So stretch and reach the other arm. Good, reach it away. Good, now bring the knee to the hand. And then back. Okay, here's a bonus. Flex your foot, pull your toes up too. Can you feel that? These are your obliques. Working nice and hard. And your transverse abdominis. Lift the egg. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the egg. Easier or harder? I think it's a little harder in one way, but easier in another. It's harder to do because I get a better contraction, but I'm not balancing, so I feel like it might be a little easier. So it can go either way. All right, we got 2 sides. Stretch and reach. Oh, see, if you look at your box, are you in line? And if not, fix it. Stretch and reach away, and then bring it up. See if you can draw your abdomen back as you lift the leg. That'll create more space for the hip to move. I believe that's 9, and 1 more for 10. And 10, good. All right, come to a stand. We gotta do a little butt kicking. We've done an awful lot of hip flexions, so we gotta do some butt kicking in the back. Probably don't need your chair. So opposite heel. Okay, if you want, you could use the chair if you feel like you're not solid. You can keep the kicks low, do what your knee allows. If you get any cramping, do your good morning. Okay, because that happens. And then now, as you're doing that kick, pay attention to what your knee is doing. Is your knee coming forward as you kick? Or can you keep it underneath the hip? Can you keep the knee underneath the hip? Let's do 5 more on each side. And 5. Good. Okay, so now we're going to add arms. So now we add the arms. So you're going to reach and tap. And this one goes a little faster, but see if you can, whoops, that side was bad. See if you can slow it down. And again, reach the knee for the floor. Reach the knee for the floor. That helps you open up the front of your body. We sit too much these days, so this helps. And we're gonna do a little bit of stuff on the floor too. And I think that's 10. Yeah, 10, good, all right. Okay, plank time. I did. Okay, so find your plank position. Wall is fine. Chair is fine. If you've got bad wrists, go to the wall. Okay. A door works. Sometimes we have too much stuff. It's hard to keep a blank wall. Let's see, I think I'm going to tie this up. So not quite warm enough yet. All right. So we're going to do several planks. So once you're in your plank, you shouldn't, other than the adjustments I say, you shouldn't have to, you should be able to just follow my verbal cues. Okay, and I'll kind of get up and take a look at everybody. All right. So we'll start just with our regular plank. Starting now. And the first thing I want you to do is most of us lift our hips. So lower your hips a little closer to your surface, whether it's the wall or the chair, it doesn't matter. And then move your shoulders away from your ears. Hold that, draw the navel in a little bit. Don't let the bottom ribs dump for the floor. Push through the arms. And we got just a few more seconds. I'm keeping a little time. We're going for 30 seconds, which is done now. Take a break. So remember when we did the thing with no wall? Okay, that shoulder pinching, serratus pinching, no elbow bending. We're gonna attempt that. It's very small though, okay? So don't feel like if it doesn't work for you, just hold your plank. Don't feel like it's not perfect for you, okay? So ready, get set, and I'm giving us a rest, and go. Okay, so now find your plank. Let your feet separate a little bit. Lift your abdomen. And now round your back out. So you push into your object, wall or chair. Push into it. You'll feel the shoulder blades move away from the spine. And then now draw your shoulder blades towards the spine, but don't let the elbows bend. It's not a very big movement. And try and go back and forth between that rounded or pinched together. And that's our 30 seconds. Take a break. Come all the way up, take a break. Yeah, give your hands, you can do a little roller coaster. Yeah, roller coaster always helps. Go both ways. And then the other thing is change the interlace and do your roller coaster. It feels different when you change your interlace, which we found with other things too, right? Good. All right, this time we're gonna try and lift a foot. So when I say lift a foot, that's credit card height, folks. Right? You don't have to lift it up to the ceiling. Just get it off the ground. All right? Just enough to put all your weight onto it. And here we go. Get to your position. 1, 2, 3, go. Find your plank. Hollow the tummy. Support the pelvic floor. Inhale, let it relax. Exhale, draw the egg up. And then raise that leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put it down. Take a breath. And the other leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hold your plank. We're almost done. And take a break. Perfect. Nice. Give your wrist a little shake. Lovely. All right. Shoulder taps. This time you're going to tap a shoulder. Tap a shoulder. Okay. Now, that's a lot of weight shifting onto the shoulders. And so for some that might be difficult. So maybe rather than trying to pick up your whole hand, maybe just think about weight shifting more weight into one hand. Now I can do it, but you can think about tent fingers, go from palm to tent fingers. Okay, there are other ways to do this if holding your body weight on one arm is not available to you. Okay, so pick what's right for you. All right, here we go. And get your plank. You guys are good. Hips a little lower because everybody goes high. Tuck that tail, ready, start tapping. Alternate or just weight shift. Even just weight shifting, rocking side to side. And now, if you're able to pick up those hands, yes, I see most, then try to quiet the body. Don't let it rock around so much. We're almost done. And you'll see how much harder that is to keep the body quiet. Good, and then take a break. And this last one's gonna seem kind of goofy. So make sure you watch me for this one. It's kind of stupid, but it's effective. Hands on your chair. You can do this too, okay? This one you should be able to do. And you're gonna try and bring your head to the seat and then push it up. Head, you don't have to touch the seat. You can just come close. Okay? So go give that the Girl Scout try. And let's see what it looks like. Hips are up, yep. And lift your hips, yep. Nope, lift your hips. And now bend your elbows and bring your forehead towards the chair. Hips are underneath, feet are underneath your hips. Bring your forehead to the chair. That's better. Here's a modified push-up if I ever saw one. Excellent. Yes, good. So getting a little upper body work. Yeah, 8, 10. Yeah, shake your wrist, Kay. Yeah, I know. We're gonna move on. Oh, actually, we got one more. This one, I'm gonna say do it a wall because we're gonna do starfish. So you can do it your counter or a wall. And starfish is that side plank, okay? Let me slide on me. All right, so we're gonna, you guys be at a wall if you have that. But I don't really have a good wall here, so I'm gonna use my chair. But it's the same thing. Okay, so step your feet away from the wall a little bit, so you're leaning into that arm. And the arm that's down, that foot should be forward. Okay, the arm that's down, so I have my right side is down, my right foot is forward. Take the left arm and bring it up. You can be at the counter too, right? The counter works. Yep, so stretch the hands away. Good, now I'm gonna try and stack my feet so they're equal. So that's a little harder. And then you can try and raise the leg. Okay, I don't want you to do this on your right side. And then release. And then you can turn away. We'll go the other way. Nice job. Okay, you're not going to do it on this side. You can do it at the wall. And that should be okay, I think. Let's see it. We'll see. So I always start with the right. And then I go, oh yeah, I need to modify. All right, so here you go. If you're at the wall, go to the wall. Hand on the wall. Bottom arm down. That same side foot is forward. Good. Lengthen the body, push through the arm. And then can you stack your feet? And then can you raise your arm? Sorry, we should have done the arm first. Push the arm away. So I push through the bottom hand, the hand that's on the surface. I push into that to help me get farther away from it. And then go ahead and release. It is floor time. So get yourself set up on the floor with make sure you have a pillow for your head, or your bed is good too. So just arms out, palms up to your side, drop your knees gently side to side. And now as you drop to the right side, push your left knee away from you, that top knee. So push it away from you to lengthen out the front of the body. And then when you come up, come to the center, pause in the center, and then go the other way. And now push that right knee away from the hip. You'll notice you get a little more stretch through the quad. One more time on each side, lengthening out the thigh. Think about pushing that knee away from the hip. You can turn and look the opposite direction if you're so inclined. All right, now here's where we make choices for ourselves. So we're going to start level 1, progress up as we go. If the level is hard, you're going to stay there. Otherwise, you're going to continue to progress with me. Okay? So right leg up, foot is flexed, knee is bent. Then you're going to bring the left leg up. This is my 90-90. And then right leg down and left leg down. Now if you're feeling any back pain, I want you to alternate right and left so that the other foot is on the ground to support your lumbar, okay? So that's the most important. Put your hands on your front of your pelvis, find your pelvis, and then kind of move on the just inside edge. And then bring one foot up. And then if you can, hold the other one, feel the abdomen kick in, and then drop one, and then the other. So I'm going to do right, left, right, left. We're going to do that 5 times in a row. Right, left, right, left. Feel your tummy muscles working. Right, left, right, left. 3, 4, and last one, 5. Good, okay. So now I want you to find where your sacrum is, right? That's right in the middle of the pelvis. And I want you to imprint the middle part of that sacrum. And that means when I say imprint, I want you to think about it gently pressing into the floor. Okay, so they really know where your sacrum is. And is it a little crooked? So here we go, left, right, left, right, left, right. Can you feel your transverse abdominis working to support you in this position? This is my 3. I got 2 more to go. We have one of those giant airboats going by. Good. Rest your legs. Keep your feet, knees bent, feet flat, and drop your knees side to side. Good. Okay, so now reach your arms up. Raise your right leg up. Reach, now don't get confused here, but we're going to go opposites. So the right leg is going to extend out, maybe towards the ceiling, and the left arm is going to come overhead. And then bring it back to the start. The left foot is still on the ground. I kept one foot on the ground with only extending the other leg up and down for 5. So arm goes overhead, opposite leg extends, pushing the heel away. Slow and controlled. And one more. I've done a lot of hip flexion today, I just realized. And then now we got to go the other leg. So plant that right foot down. Bring the right arm overhead. The left knee up and extends. Push the heel away. And again, you can either reach towards the ceiling or you can reach towards the wall. You can reach the high wall or you can reach the low wall. And just 5. Good, and then relax. Now if you're feeling anything in your back, you're going to stay there. Okay, you're not going to do the next round. So the next round is going to be both legs up, both arms up. All right, so here we go. Reach for the ceiling, palms are facing each other. Lift your right leg, lift your left leg. Now imprint that sacrum into the ground. And now extend right arm, left leg, doesn't matter. Just as long as you're opposites. Bring it back to start. And then go the other way. This is a full, we call this dead bug. Don't know why. I'm alternating right and left. I am going to do a total of 10. Now if you can only do 5, stop at 5 or 6. Make sure both sides are balanced. And we have one more to go on each side. I love this one because it's a cross diagonal of what's working. Good, and then rest your feet. Arms out to the side and just drop your legs a little bit side to side. All right. Keep your left foot on the ground. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Hip replacement people, you honor any limitations you might have. And now draw that knee towards the chest. And then put your hands behind your thigh. So you're hanging onto the back of the knee. Flex the foot and draw it towards the ceiling. Nice hamstring stretch. Hold it here. Take a breath here. Now think about that egg. So as you inhale, everything relaxes. And as you exhale, everything lifts up. I'm lifting the egg towards my head. You'll notice the tailbone moves away from the low back a little bit more when you do that. And that's getting our pelvic floor to help us with this activity. Good. And then now, can you bring the right leg over so the ankle is on top of the knee? Bend the knee. Hopefully this is doable. Let's see where we're at. Good. Yeah, now if you're on a mat, grab your mat and pull it apart. Just grab the sides and pull it apart. If you're on your bed, just pull the bedspread a little bit apart. Good. And then a small rock side to side. Small rock side to side. And that feels kind of good. And I do like this one. It just feels good. Now some of you may be able to not be able to do this. So if that is the case, just stay here and keep that rocking going. Others may be able to grab the back of that left leg. This is that lovely 4-point piriformis stretch. And just give that a breathe and a hold. And if you can't do that, that's fine. You can just hold on to the knee, hold on to the hip. Maybe you could bring it a little closer towards you. It's okay. And then slowly release that leg. I thought I'd spend a little more time. We did do a lot of hip work today. So we're gonna make sure we stretch and take care of it. All right, moving on to the left leg. Give it a hug. And then think about that breathing. As I inhale, everything relaxes. As I exhale, I want to think about lifting that egg. And it's not a squeeze or a grip. It's just a gentle lift. So don't overdo, because that can make things worse. And then grab the back of that knee and straighten it out. And it's okay if it doesn't go straight. Do the best you can. Some of us are a little tighter than others. Good. Push that heel towards the ceiling. Maybe think about stepping on the gas with your big toe. Good, and then bend that knee and rest it ankle on your right knee. So again, another hip internal external rotation as we gently drop side to side. Easy, easy, nothing hard. And then pause there. Maybe you can move the bottom leg a little closer to your hip. And then for those of you that are able, you're going to reach through and try and grab that right thigh. It's okay if you can't. If you can't grab the right thigh, support the knee on the outside edge and hold the ankle and drop closer towards your chest. There are a couple ways to do this without any stress or strain. Hips are tight today. Good. And then release. Now for this next one, I usually will reduce head support. So if you're able to, you can push a pillow away so you're flat, because we're going to do a little baby bridges. So bend your knees, grab your mat again, pull the edges apart, because believe it or not, shoulders have a lot to do with it. Now draw your navel towards your lower back ribs. Press through your heels. Don't peel up, but push up. Push up. Press through your heels. Press through your heels. Press through your heels. Tuck your tail. Your tail should be moving towards the back of your knees. Good. Lift as high as you can. Hold. And as we lower down like we normally would, we're going to skip our low back. So lower down through the mid back. Start going to the kind of the lower upper back, and then when you get to your lumbar, just skip it and plop the whole thing down. Good. Take an inhale here, and then press up. Pressing through the heels, tucking the tail. Now once you get to your highest point, don't go too high. If you've got back issues, keep your hips low. Should be about 3 inches off the ground at most. Push through your feet. So I push my heels towards the bottom of my mat, away from my head, and then lower down. If this bites you in the hamstring, which I know a certain person that happens to regularly, make sure you give a chance to stretch the hamstring. We're going to do 2 more bridges. So inhale, press up, press through your heels, tuck the tail, lift the hips. Again, back people, you're going to keep it a little lower. Now pull your mat apart. Feel how you can get more onto your shoulders. And now push your feet away from you. Push them away. Push them away. Use those muscles. And then slowly lower down. 1 vertebrae, skipping the lumbar. And now last bridge. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale, press up, press through your heels, pull the mat apart, belly is going towards the back ribs, tailbone towards the heels. Now push through the feet again, last time, push, push, push. Feel those thigh muscles engage. Try to draw the knees towards each other, don't let them go wide. And then slowly lower down, skipping the low back. And then give both knees a nice hug and just rock side to side. Good. And then now make sure grab your head support, put your pillow back on. And then we're going to do one more little easy twist. So put your arms out to the side. Drop to your right side. Push your left knee away from you. Look over your left hand. Stretch your left hand away. Push your left knee away. So the hand and the arm are going away from each other as we stretch and reach. Hold that, take a breath. Stretch and reach a little more. And then come back to center. And then drop it to the left. And now the right knee reaches away and the right hand reaches away. Stretch the fingers away, stretch the knee away. Turn and look at your right hand. Take a big inhale. And then slowly come back to center. And then give your knees a little hug again. Draw them in as best you can. And draw a little circle. Do 5 in each direction with both knees. Knees glued together. Draw a circle. And then go both ways. Wonderful. Go ahead and lower your feet. Roll over onto your side. And then press yourself up. Yay. All right. With that, give yourself a pat on the back. Happy Thursday.